You're watching News 19 this morning.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with News 19 this morning. Behind me, it is still a very active scene. There are multiple crews here responding. Going through all 50 pages of that report, there were 3 cases concerning the children. Why is it so important for every person who is able to vote to go out and vote in this election? Look, sorry guys, I have to take a selfie. Google has been making some changes though. What are some of the new things they're doing? I'm putting the Samsung Galaxy S5 and HTC One to the test. Game Boy turns 25 years old. I promise I'm not making fun of the size of your head. This is not true to size, people. And a scary situation in Philly after a food truck exploded last night, injuring at least a dozen people. Officials there say 3 people suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns. Look at that video. 9 others reportedly taken to the hospital for observation. They believe it's a propane tank that blew up inside that truck that caused it. Officials are still investigating. Breaking news that we are continuing to follow this morning out of Paris as a manhunt is going on right now for suspects who have taken hostages somewhere near the airport there. They have been holed up with the hostages in a business after a shooting that happened there. Now, there have been several reports throughout the morning, but CBS is reporting that these are the 2 terror suspects who are wanted in connection to that deadly shooting at the newspaper that happened there where 12 people were killed. We're also hearing the Interior Ministry saying that they are fairly certain that those are the 2 men that they have been looking for the past few days as well. We'll continue to follow this and check in, giving you a live look at what is happening there in Paris. And some of your headlines from USA Today: an Ohio man now facing federal charges after allegedly plotting a terror attack on the U.S. Capitol. 20-year-old Christopher Cornell, described in court papers as a sympathizer for ISIS, was arrested yesterday after purchasing 2 semi-automatic rifles, also several hundred rounds of ammunition. The FBI says he planned to use them to kill government officials. It was an informant who tipped off the FBI about the plans over the summer. Game Boy turns 25 years old. Yesterday was the birthday for this. Can you believe it's been around that long? The original Game Boy first appeared on this date back in 1989. Game Boy is widely viewed as the first portable gaming device to appeal to mainstream gamers. Nintendo says they sold about 120 million versions of the Game Boy, along with over 500 million of Game Boy games. Well, this is a backup that you certainly do not want to see on the highway. An unpleasant, no pun intended, an unpleasant sight and smell on I-77 yesterday near Carowinds. That big pile of stuff there, that was a truck carrying human waste that overturned, spilling all that poop onto the roadway. Highway Patrol says the driver was speeding when it happened and the truck flipped. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The driver was ticketed. Unfortunate for the people who got stuck behind that truck.
I feel like every word you just used there was a pun.
And it was not intentional, which is like the funny part about it.
Said back up, stuck.
Yes, pile up. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on there.
Were you thinking about that like the past hour?
No, I wasn't.
But
I just saw the video and it was natural.
Welcome back to News 19 this morning. As a little boy, Evan Portile was fascinated with the military, from G.I. Joes to American flags to getting excited every time he saw one of our troops.
I definitely used to love those things when I was a kid. But when he was diagnosed with brain cancer, it was our troops who stepped up and showed him what it meant to be Army strong. They were pushing for him to fight for his life. Little did Evan know it was he who was inspiring them as well.
Be strong, don't give up, or your life will be gone.
You hear these words and think survival, something probably from our men and women in uniform. But these 11 words, words of courage, perseverance, and resilience, are words that probably saved Evan Portile's life. At just 6 years old, he was diagnosed with medulloblastoma. It's a highly malignant cancer that starts in the back of your brain and spreads rapidly. It's a day that no parent can prepare for.
You're scared, you're afraid, you're angry. You have every range of emotion possible.
That diagnosis was followed by a call to St. Jude and a move to the hospital in Memphis the very next day. It was there that Evan, a boy fascinated with our military, would begin his own battle. Surgeries and chemo were mixed with holidays and even his kindergarten graduation. But there was no whining, no giving up, only smiles.
The first time he skipped into chemotherapy, and they figure, well, he doesn't know what he's in for, because it's really tough on those kids. It's really bad. The second time he skipped onto the inpatient floor a month later, he's like, I love St. Jude. It's fun being inpatient. And we're saying, oh, we're not having fun.
The treatment slowly took its toll. Evan refused to eat, he lost a lot of weight, and then the inevitable.
He had big chunks of hair on the bed. And I was looking, I'm like, what's that? And the nurse said, his hair's falling out.
Meeting one person changed everything.
I'm sitting on a plane next to this lady and I'm crying and I'm very embarrassed because I'm not a big emotional cry in public kind of person. And she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm fine. And she's like, what's wrong? And I just told her about Evan.
That stranger happened to work at Fort Leavenworth. When she found out that Evan loved the military so much, she made sure that little soldier was no longer alone on the battlefield. Evan's online website got tens of thousands of messages from our troops.
You have to eat to be Army Strong. Army Strong Evan.
It started with the Army, then quickly spread.
Scottish troops are writing, English troops. I mean, literally people from all over the world in the armed services were writing letters and writing notes to my son to keep him strong and to encourage him to eat. And you know what? He started eating. He said, Mom, I'm going to eat so I can be Army Strong.
And that was just the beginning.
A bunch of guys got together, sent Evan a real Army uniform, a real Army backpack. They even had his name printed, camo paint. I mean, Evan and I would run around the target house.
I thought it meant like something really special to me because it's a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet some of them and to get something from them, especially Purple Heart.
Purple Hearts, Bronze Stars, flags flown over Iraq and Afghanistan. Evan was quickly becoming one of the most decorated officers, his fellow troops counting on him to push through.
If you give up and you stop fighting, you have a less percentage of surviving.
And he never did. Evan is now 10 years old. He's healthy, his cancer undetectable.
Happy and kind of sad at the same time.
Why sad?
Well, because all the people who were just like me, just like kids who were 6 years old, didn't make it too.
Evan's second chance at life means more chances to push other little boys and girls to stay focused on the mission, to stay Army strong, and to stay alive. I did the story, and every time I see it, I'm so inspired by him.
Beautiful story.
And to see, you know, our big military base here, and to see them step up. His mom said the military and the doctors that they had are the reason why. Like, her son was giving up, and they are the reason why he is here today.
And so, just when he said at the end too, like his friends.
And that girl, the little girl, was Grace. She was in a lot of the campaigns with him, and she didn't make it. And so for him to, now he wants to be a radiologist so he can help other people. And you can help as well. So there's a big St. Jude walk that his family worked so hard to bring to Columbia. Army Strong Evan is the #1 team since it started. They've raised more than $8,000 this year already.
Well, Lionel is talking tech this morning to help you out before your next upgrade.
There are so many options for smartphones these days, but how do you know exactly which one is best for you? Well, in today's Talking Tech, I'm going to help you out a little bit. I'm putting the Samsung Galaxy S5 and HTC One to the test. First up, the design. The S5 has a new perforated pattern that comes in 4 cool colors: white, black, copper, and blue. It really gives the phone a sleek and modern look. If you're a bit clumsy though with your phone like I am, have no fear. They say the S5 is dust resistant. It's also water resistant up to 3 feet for about a half an hour. The HTC One has a sleek brushed metal design, and this is something that you'll really start to see in a lot of new phones. A curved frame so it fits easier in your hand. There's also dual front-facing speakers giving you the best surround sound. If you're looking to get the perfect selfie, my pick is the HTC One. While the S5 has a 16-megapixel camera giving you a super crisp photo, the HTC had some cooler features. You can take stunning 360-degree panoramas, but how cool is this? You can actually edit the focus on your pictures after you've already taken them. As for battery life, the S5 takes the cake. When testing out the phones, the HTC died a few hours before the Samsung did, and that was without me even using the S5's ultra power saving mode. That changes the screen to black and white and shuts down extra features so you can save your battery in a bind. But what's a smartphone without all the bells and whistles? If you're on social media all day but tired of switching back and forth, HTC's Blink feed will be your best friend. It integrates your social social media, your news, your sports, all in one place. There's a new feature where you can simply flip your phone to mute it. For you health fanatics, the Galaxy is the first ever cell phone with a built-in heart rate sensor. The phone also has a personal fitness tracker for you to put in your workouts and calories burned, plus it links to your Samsung Fit gear. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy S5 really was my top choice because of all of the features and how easy it was for you to use it. But remember, most cell phone carriers will allow you to try out a cell phone for about 2 weeks before you return it, so you can put it to the test yourself. But if you do that, be sure to tweet me and let me know what you thought at Lionel Moise. Behind me, it is still a very active scene. There are multiple crews here responding. I'm on Pineview Road. You can see behind me that they are still trying to get it under control. So this propane tank holds about 2,600 gallons of gasoline. We're told it was about 85% full at the time of the accident. So you can see crews pouring water on it. They're trying to contain the vapors to prevent them from igniting. And that's something that could cause maybe a fire or some sort of an explosion. They say they are going to get that under control before then flipping the tank to clear the area. But what we know so far, the area has been evacuated. A number of businesses were told to stay in place or move to another area. No one is being let in the roads right now, and they're just focusing on getting this under control. Lionel Moise here. We're following some breaking news that has been developing this morning. Right now, I'm in front of Kaufman Road Elementary School, where we are getting some reports from the staff that I just called that the school is on lockdown. There was an early morning shooting that happened around 7 o'clock. We're told a male victim was shot by two men who came up to him as he was leaving his mobile home. We're told that they did not know each other. He has been taken to Palmetto Health with non-life-threatening injuries, but investigators are now actively searching this area, searching this scene, looking for two possible suspects. We just got reports a few minutes ago that they possibly ditched a car on Leesville Road, but you may notice more police presence in the area. And again, there are multiple reports that the school is on lockdown. We're working to actually confirm that for you, but we're going to continue to keep you posted on air and online at WLTX.com.